Have you ever had one of those days when life feels like it's punching you from every direction? Bills stacking up, work draining your soul, people treating you like you don't matter. That was me, 3 years ago, sitting in my beat-up car on the edge of a grocery store parking lot, staring at my last $20 bill. My phone buzzed with a message from my landlord. Rent due tomorrow. And I just laughed. That kind of bitter, hopeless laugh that comes when you've got nothing left. I'm Alex, a former corporate drone from Chicago who thought toughness meant never showing weakness. But that day, something happened that flipped my entire idea of strength upside down. Because I learned that real strength isn't about power or control, it's about kindness. It started small. I was walking toward the store, rehearsing in my head how I'd tell my landlord I needed just one more week. Then I saw this old man struggling to load groceries into his car. Nobody was helping him. Everyone just walked by, eyes glued to their phones. I almost did the same, until something stopped me. Maybe guilt, maybe empathy. Whatever it was, I helped him. And you know what he said after I loaded the last bag? "Son, thank you. I lost my wife last month. This is the first time anyone's spoken to me all week." That hit me hard. I didn't realize it then, but that moment was the spark that saved me. Because when I walked away, something shifted. I felt lighter, like I'd been carrying invisible weights, my anger, my self-pity, and they just fell off. Over the next few days, I started doing these small acts of kindness. Buying coffee for the person behind me, complimenting a coworker, calling my mom instead of texting. And every time I noticed something powerful, my world got brighter, even though nothing external had changed. My problems were still there, but I wasn't drowning in them anymore. That's when I learned tip number 1. Kindness rewires your brain for resilience. Science backs it up. Acts of kindness release dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that help fight stress and anxiety. You're literally building mental armor every time you're kind. But here's the twist. I didn't just feel better. Life started responding differently. Opportunities opened up in ways I couldn't explain. One morning, I helped a new intern at work prepare for a presentation she was panicking over. I stayed late, even though I had zero energy. 2 weeks later, she introduced me to her uncle, who happened to run a startup that needed someone with my exact background. That connection became my escape route from a job that was draining me dry. That's tip number 2. Kindness creates networks you can't plan for. When you lead with genuine care, you attract people who reflect that energy back. You build trust, and trust is currency more valuable than money. But let's be real, it's not always easy. There were days I felt like my kindness was being taken for granted. People ignoring thank yous, cutting in line, co-workers dumping extra tasks on me. I almost quit the whole good person thing. That's when I remembered something my dad used to say. Don't be kind because of who they are. Be kind because of who you are. That became my mantra. Tip number 3. Kindness is strength because it's a choice, not a reaction. Anyone can lash out, ghost people, or post passive-aggressive stuff online. That's easy. But staying kind when you're tired, frustrated, or overlooked? That's courage. That's control. I started journaling about every kind act I did or witnessed. Just bullet points. Simple stuff. Over time, those notes became evidence of goodness in the world. On bad days, I'd read them back and remember that kindness was everywhere, if I chose to see it. Fast forward to today. I run a small coaching business, helping people rebuild confidence after burnout. And every success story I've seen, every transformation, starts with one simple shift: choosing kindness, even when it's inconvenient. One of my clients, Jenna, was struggling with a toxic boss. Instead of quitting or fighting, she decided to kill him with kindness. Literally brought him coffee, asked about his family, treated him like a human being. Within a month, he apologized for how he'd been acting. Their dynamic changed completely. She told me, "I didn't change him. I changed how I showed up." That's the essence of it. Kindness doesn't make you weak. It makes you unbreakable, because it's not dependent on anyone else. It's your superpower. Let me break it down for you. Be kind even when it feels pointless. It builds your inner peace. Be kind without expecting anything. It frees you from disappointment. Be kind especially when it's hardest. That's when it's most needed. And here's tip number 4. Make kindness your daily habit. Start small. Compliment one stranger a day. Send one "just thinking of you" text. Smile at the barista. Over time, it becomes muscle memory. If you want to take it further, I use this journal called the Daily Gratitude Reset. It's been a game changer for keeping kindness top of mind. Link in description if you want to check it out. Now, I'm not saying kindness fixes everything. You'll still have bad days, heartbreaks, rejections, but when your default mode is compassion, those moments don't define you anymore. You start defining them. And if you're listening to this thinking, "Alex, you don't get it. People keep taking advantage of me," I hear you. I've been there. But remember this: the world needs your kindness more than it needs your anger. You're not losing by being good. You're leading. So the next time life knocks you down, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "Who can I lift up?" Because sometimes the best way to save yourself is by saving someone else. If this message hit home, do me a favor. Leave a comment sharing one kind act you did today. Let's make kindness contagious. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Because every week I drop stories that help you rise stronger, live deeper, and lead with heart. Remember, kindness isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength.